So where does the devil fit into this framework of understanding?
Well, remember now, the aware ego is this process that really has to have a very large stretch, and it is surrendered to all the selves. If we think of the devil as the mythological term that describes what has been repressed in Western culture, then we can come to an understanding of what the devil is about. So what is the devil about? What has been repressed in Western culture? Well, the devil is usually dressed in red, which has to do with emotion and passion. And the devil has horns, so that he has to do with sexuality. The devil has to do with matter, with material gain. And in many of the stories in which the devil appears, he comes up as representing the side that would want material success. When you sell your soul to the devil, you sell your soul and you get in return material gain. So the devil is the part of us that carries all of those naughty things that in Western society have been pushed out as being wrong. So the devil has accumulated a lot of power and a lot of authority. So part of the job of the aware ego is to embrace the devil, not identify with it, not become it, but embrace it, which means embracing the part of you that is greedy, that is materialistically inclined, that is sexual, that wants what it wants, when it wants it, how it wants it, on its terms, and is not interested in the well-being of anybody else. Now, it's very hard for somebody who has been trained in a more Christian, Judeo-Christian tradition to say, good God, I mean, to unleash that on the world is sacrilegious. How can you do that? Well, we didn't unleash it in the world. The fact is, it's in the psyche. You see, it's there, it's a given. And keeping it buried does not do us any good, you see, because a lot of the ways that it breaks out in culture today and in young people happens because an attempt is made to make all of those personality traits negative.
So how do we deal with this phenomena?
Well, since the devil represents certain traits of behavior, the trick is to be able to and to learn how to embrace those traits without becoming them, without identifying with them. That's the challenge. Once we have learned how to do that, we have the possibility of moving through life with one arm around our selfishness that Satan would represent, and one arm around our compassionate, giving behavior. We have one arm around our sexuality and that wants out all the time, and the other arm around the part of us that knows how to control it. So literally, these represent very wide opposites that the aware ego has to learn how to stretch for, and that takes time to learn how to do that. The main thing to remember is that from the standpoint of the primary self, these selves are always terrified that if you let in these, quote, negative energies, unquote, they're going to take over the personality. So the important thing in our work is we never deal with them until there's a strong enough aware ego to be able to handle them.